What's good, everybody? I'm Michael Hurdle from RawGameplay.com.
This is your boy Nelson Reels from RawGameplay.com.
But the only thing we like raw is our video gameplay. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about Mafia 2. 2K Games is the maker of this game.
That's right.
And yo, I tell you one thing for sure, we played it personally for the Xbox 360, and we have a lot to talk about. So keep your ears pierced, because we about to go in real slow, like for you adults out there. Mafia 2. 2K Games.
Yep.
I'm not going to front, dude. It's a very interesting game. Nelson, bruh, let's start off with the storyline. You go ahead.
All right. Basically, you start off in the beginning with the character Vito. He's basically reflecting on his life. You see him sitting there on the chair looking at his photo album. You take place about you and your family coming from Italy to coming to the great old US of A, how they called it back in the 1940s. And you appear in the city of Empire Bay, which is basically old New York, for you guys that didn't know that. You know, they start out from the ground up, you know, they live in a crummy apartment. Their dad used to work in a warehouse over here, which is somewhere in Brooklyn, where we're filming now. And, you know, doing all these things. They got into trouble, him and his friend Joe. Then when Vito got caught, he instantly got drafted to the army because, you know, they needed people who talked the Italian language to help them out within the war.
That's how it is. I mean, instead of him going to jail, he had an option of getting drafted to go to war or rot in jail.
That's
Which
right.
one you're going to select?
Basically
All right?
go
ahead.
War. I mean, you got off my freedom, but
Right.
you know, then you start off at the beginning of the game. You start off in the war. You know, you do your little part. You learn your little controls. Then after that takes place 2 years later, you come back to Empire Bay, and then that's when the game starts off.
And that's when the game starts off, bro.
Yeah.
That's like about, if you play it right, that's like about 45 minutes into an hour before the game really starts.
Yeah.
Because you're fighting, you're where? If I'm correct, where you're in Germany or you're in Italy?
Yeah, it's Sicily, Italy.
You're fighting a war. What year is it? If I'm correct, don't quote me, but I think it's like 1940s area. You know, around that era where they didn't have no cell phones. You had to actually
They had the
use
old
a
the little rotary house phones that you had to go.
yeah. Old school joint right there, bro. But you know, his boy, he comes back from the army. He went to visit his friend,
Yeah,
right?
Joe.
And he said, "Yo, I don't want to go back to the service." Because you know how he got out of the service is that he got hurt.
Oh yeah.
But he went to see the doctor, and the doctor said you can go back.
Yeah, he was on leave.
He was on leave for a little bit, so he came in and visited his family, his friends. His boy, I forgot his name. I'm not really good with him, but you remember his name, Joe. I keep forgetting his name. Joe is some type of, he's Italiano. You know, he got the pull. He went up there. He called. Dude got up, made a phone call.
Yeah.
You ain't enlisted no more. You rolling with me now. Dude was like, for real? He was like, don't worry about it. I got you. That's serious. What I liked about the game, so I mean, talking about the sound, let me talk about the soundtrack real quick. The voice acting, beautiful. You can actually see they actually use real Italians to do the voices for this game. I'm not gonna front, the game is pretty good when it comes to that. The facial expressions of the characters when they talk, on point. You can actually see some emotion. Like for instance, the main character of the story, his sister was explaining to somebody in the alley. That was his sister when the guy was asking where's the money. Was that his sister?
Francesca.
Francesca.
So you're talking about the part with the loan shark.
Yeah, the loan shark, and he didn't know what was going on, and that was the first real fight you had.
Right.
And he was fighting. Yo, tell me how funny the fight scenes were, dude. That one fight scene when he's like, come on, you hit me like my sister. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hey son, there was a black guy in the freaking game.
Yes.
Because you know, back in the days, you don't really see black people in the movies, man. Especially when it's on like something based like Italy or Italian. You just see more. The black dude, of course, got beat up. Because, you know, he had to go take the money.
Oh, yeah.
He went to the warehouses for the barber to collect the money. What was it? He said, make a long story short, he was hired. I'm mixing it up real quick because we got some time. We'll talk about it. He's now walking around, the main character of the game. He's now walking around. He's collecting debt for a mobster. Yeah,
for the mobster that he was working for in the warehouse. Because when you started off in the warehouse, you're doing crates for $10, and now for everything for $10. You're lifting like 30, 40 crates. So Vito's like, all right, I ain't gonna deal with this. So he goes back upstairs, and the guy that was about to hire him, he found out who he really was from his friend Joe.
Right.
So he's like, all right, I got a little favor. Go downstairs to my men in the warehouse. Get my debt to pay for my barber.
That's right.
So he goes around and you're threatening his workers, and if they don't comply, you beat them up. One black dude comes
The
out
only
of
black
nowhere.
dude.
He's like, yo, I ain't paying shit.
That's right.
What's going on, man? I don't give a fuck what he said.
He said, beat it. I was like, oh, you know what, man? No matter what year it is, no matter what century it is, black people is always angry.
Yeah, always
and
keeping it real.
When keeping it real goes wrong. Because he got his ass whipped.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, man. Let me let you talk, man. Would you want to talk about anything?
Let's see. We was talking about voiceovers, talking about like how the visuals. Oh, let me actually more in depth on the visuals.
Wait. Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Can I say one thing? It's so hilarious. Keep the visuals in your mind.
Right.
It wasn't the main character. His name is Vinny.
Vito.
He went to his sister because his father died, and the real story is his father died, but the family had to pay the debt still, the loan.
Right, of his father.
From his father. That's
Right.
what it really is. So the guy who came to collect the debt from Vito's sister said, you got to have the money by a certain time. And the sister's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then his brother Vito came and said, after beating him up, said, how much you owe this guy? He said, I owe him a whole lot of money. He said, how much? $2,000. I was wrong. She made it sound like it was $10 million. She said $2,000. And I'm like, remember, it's the 1940s. $2,000 is a whole lot of money, bro. All right, go ahead. That's my
Definitely.
Thank you for listening, guys.
But
go ahead,
the
Nelson.
visuals, as I was getting to, is basically, like I said, old scenery from old New York, or which is called Empire Bay. You see everything, like right now, if you look behind us and you see this great landscape, this was in the game. The only thing that was different, that you had a highway mostly going towards connected, like over here, we're nearby the docks, over here by, by Red Hook.
Red Hook, right.
And you actually see the docks, like I'm actually looking at it right now, but you guys can't see it. But if you get the game, you'll see what I'm talking about. The same exact way, and the highway goes right into it, and you can pull up on it. Same way, like they show a little bit of the scenery before the projects was here. And this building was still here, but everything is so realistic in the game. That's what made me enjoy it so much, because I can go to Queens, I can go to the Bronx, I can go to Old Staten Island.
It was like not Modern Warfare. It was like Grand Theft Auto with no online. That's what it feel like to me.
Yes.
It was like, because you're running around. The AI in the game, not really. The AI is weird, because I remember the first time I interacted with someone was an old lady, and she was like, "Oh, Avita, how are you doing? It's been a long time." And I'm standing there talking to her, and I just went, "What? Oh my God, help me!" So she started running. I started chasing her, and you can sprint without running out of health, right?
Yeah.
Without getting tired.
Yeah, no fatigue.
So you're sprinting, and as I'm sprinting, I'm swinging a lady, and she's like, "Help!" And I'm beating her. It's like, to me, it was like, it was kind of stupid, like Saints Row.
Oh,
you know how Saints Rows, you just run around just beating people for no reason.
Yeah, just going like this and just clotheslining them everywhere and shit.
I realized, though, when I'm fighting somebody, let's say because I'm a random troublemaker, and I'm trying to break the game, though, right? So I went to this one random dude in the street, punched him in the face. So dude already started fighting. The AI kicked in. So me and the dude fighting, I realized, like in Grand Theft Auto, you can run away from the character.
Yeah.
But when you're in fight mode, they lock you in until somebody falls or gets beat up. Am I right? Is there any way? Because I didn't see myself getting beat. Because when you start a fight with somebody, you just can't run away now.
Yeah, it's like you have to engage in the fight and be able to actually finish it.
Yeah, either you get finished. Put it like this: if you fight somebody in the game, and then you get tired of fighting them, and you want to pick on somebody else, you're locked into the fight, or there's a button you can push to get out of the fight. I'm not too sure.
Well, I have yet to find out that actual feature. I know, like, you can make it easier for you by holding the A button to sit back and wait for him to throw the punch, and then come in with your little right and left jabs and come in with the haymaker.
Of course.
And then the best thing about that, when they're staggered and they're going all groggy and stuff, you hit B. You even have the power to haymaker them on the ground. Or what I like to do, I just like to stomp them out, just like consecutively.
No,
over.
you got a good couple of options. You got the Y to do whop.
Oh, the strong attacks.
And you got the little jabs. I thought I was playing Street Fighter for a minute. But let's get into the technical aspects of the game. I realized that there's a lot of load times, and the load times are a little longer than normal.
Yeah, they're a little bit longer than normal because it has to render all the visuals and stuff like that, because it is a big game. Don't get me wrong. It's not small. It's not like a little section of the city. It's a huge map.
And it's chapter-based.
Yes.
So it's like almost like Heavy Rain, where you got to go to this section, this section, this section is all chapters. So when you go back, because I stopped the game for a while to eat some cereal, my soup fell on the damn ground. Yo, can I just change this up real quick? I was buying some soup to go home and play the game. I bought some soup. I got home. The soup fell in the street on the ground. You know how mad I was, boy. I had to eat Pops for dinner because I ain't feel like going back outside. Anyway, keep going, man. Mad as fuck.
Oh, man. But definitely the game is technical to that point, but the load times, while it's loading, it gives you little quotes.
Right, it does.
By actual famous people, like from back in the day, like mostly Italian people, you know, their little things and whatnot to actually make it look like, oh, okay, that actually happened. I actually read up on that, you know.
Can I be a pervert for a minute, dude?
Sure.
When I was in my boy's house and I went to his coffee table and I said, pick up the magazine, while I was looking at naked girls.
Oh, the Playboy thing.
The Playboy joint. They got like different sections where you can basically, I don't know how you do it because I didn't really, oops, let me just cancel that. I'm sorry, I don't want to get ghetto. Sorry, guys.
We're doing a video, Mike.
We're doing a video. Big Sean, stop calling me, man. That's you calling me right now, man. We're filming, all right? Anyway, you can save the pictures into your, your
little collection thing.
Your little collection.
Basically, you have the Playboy magazines, which is basically a part of the game. And you get to see 50 different types of vixens of the Playboy magazine. And there's, like, so much in depth, but you don't read the article. You're basically just scheming through the pictures of, like, the best vixen of that year.
Right. So, yeah, man, the thing about it is, though, those are actual real Playboy girls that's from those times.
Yep.
So they put a lot of research. I like to give 2K Games a lot of props for, handling that situation.
I think that's Big Sean calling me.
That's Big Sean. Big Sean, stop calling us. We
stop
filming,
calling
man.
me,
Come
bro.
on, Big Sean, we filming, man. There's my little show notes on my phone, my new Evo. Them little show notes going on here. Yo, all right, first of all, what I didn't like about the game, though, is that, it's nice, but it's give or take, is that you kept getting yanked away from playing the game.
Yes.
You kept getting yanked away because so many cinema scenes, and it's
and you feel left out.
Right. I felt like I was more looking at a movie more than actually playing, because before you know, you'll do something, then it yanks it away from you and just goes to a cinema scene.
Exactly. Same thing like Metal Gear Solid 4. Any one of y'all Metal Gear Solid fans that knows about cinema takeaways? Best game that does that.
So that's one of the things I was talking about. Glitches in the game.
Oh.
Hilarious. The one part, I know all you've been through this part. We was at Mama house and Sister house when we first came back, and I opened the door, and the door opened, right? And I said, close the door. I went like this, and the door closed by itself. Then I went like this. The door opened up, and then I went like this again. The door closed by itself. Come on, 2K Games. I could have did better than that, bro.
There was no hand motion. It was just basically like, open.
Like this, the door opened. Like this, the door. I'm like, come on, bro. Y'all went in with that, but no. But the visuals. Let's talk about the visuals real quick. Visuals, beautiful, stunning. When you're running the snow, because when I was running from the cops, but I'll talk about that later. Running from the cops, you heard the snow on the bottom of your shoe when you were running away.
Yeah. The
visuals are beautiful. The cars are well in detail.
Oh, yes.
And you can actually look at the model of the cars in the beginning of the whatever cars you get or whatever.
Yeah.
Let me point out another glitch real quick. I was with my boy coming out of his house after looking at the Playboy. We went to go to his car in the garage. So he's sitting behind me like here, right? So I open the door. When I open the door, dude is already outside.
It basically preloaded the game for you. Like the screen turned black for like 2 seconds, and all of a sudden he's standing in front of you.
He's standing out like this. I'm like, what the? So you know me. Oh, okay, that's our damn. Is that
damn?
Damn, we don't got we been talking that long.
I don't know.
Well, that means it's our cue to go.
So, what would you think of the game, real quickly, to round it up?
As far as the controls go, the controls are beautiful. It's not hard to use. You can sprint, you can do all that good stuff, man. Sorry, we don't got that much time, but as far as renting it, buying it, forget about it. What do you say, bro?
I say definitely buy the game if you're especially a fan of Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption. Pick this up.
Definitely, I would say the game is definitely worth buying. There's no online mode, so you can't play online. So once you finish the game, I don't really see no reason putting it back in there.
But there is downloadable content coming soon, so if you guys want to know about that.
Don't hold your breath. Let's talk about the monthly beatdown real quick.
Definitely. Monthly beatdown number 17 happening at the E-Spot September 24th, and it is on the Friday.
And go to rawgameplay.com to find out more information. Remember, we got a brand new site. Keep going there, guys. We thank you. Once again, I'm one of your hosts, Michael C. Hurdle.
And this is your boy, Nelson Reels, also a.k.a. Bushin.
And yo, we'll catch you guys next review.
Later.
Lieta Breads.